Did any part of you suspect that the university was going to shut their program down?
No, not at all. Like, not one single part of me, never in a million years would I have dreamed that that would happen.
Had it not shut down, would you have been done after that year, or would you have played one more because of the COVID year?
I was fully planning on going back and finishing my master's degree and playing that COVID year.
Yeah.
Super excited, getting to go back to Pittsburgh, getting to, play with all my teammates again, like likely be the captain again. Like, we had just won the CHAs, super successful season. Like, we were on a high. Like, we were like pumped going into the next year.
How'd you find out?
So it was May 26th.
Oh God, you remember the day?
Oh,
it's like D-Day?
Yes. Like
it was May 26th
at 9 a.m. in my brain.
Oh God.
And so we got this email. So I'm sitting at home. I'm working my summer job. So I was doing an accounting job online from home. So it was like just working my job, and we get this email. And all it says in it, you can't even see like the recipients of the email.
No. Oh my God.
All it says is, in capital letters, important student-athlete meeting. And it gives you like a Zoom link. And the time is like 1 hour from the time it's sent. So I think it was sent at like 12:45. The meeting was at 1:45. Like, they gave you 1 hour exactly, like to the minute. And that is all it said. So then, of course, like all my teammates are texting me being like, what's going on? Like, I'm at work. They're like, I'm at work. Like, some of them worked in an office, or some of them worked like, summer jobs like landscaping or something.
Yeah.
They can't just jump on a Zoom call in the middle of the day on like a Wednesday afternoon.
With 1 hour notice.
Yes. And so they're texting me, and I was like, you know what? Like, I'll let you know after. If you can't make it, like, I'll send a message kind of recapping it.
Yeah. Because you're thinking, like, how bad can it be?
Right. Well,
yeah.
And then some girls were like actually saying that, it's maybe to design our championship rings, or like get a first glance at it, because we had just won 2 months earlier. And so
but I mean, of course you'd think that. That's what I would have said too.
No part of us, nobody, like,
holy fuck. Okay.
No part of us thought that that's what it could have been.
Okay. So then you've got 1 hour to process this.
Yeah. So then I just keep working. Like,
yeah.
I'm literally not stressed at all. I have no idea who's on this email. I'm like, okay, it's either like just my team or the whole athletic department. That's my mindset.
I didn't even think about that too. Like, you really didn't even know.
Yeah. Like, we didn't even know. So then, it comes up to the time. And so I was going to be a fifth year going back, but my class consisted of 5 of us. And so
your grad class,
my graduating class. So 2 of us were going back, 3 were not. So I had texted the 3 that were not. We were in like a group chat, and I was just like, yeah, like, haha, we have this meeting in an hour. I wonder what it's going to be about. And they're like, you have to let us know. You have to let us know. And I was like, oh, like, of course I will. Like, it's not going to be anything that serious. Like, it can't be.
Yeah, it certainly couldn't be. Not on a weekday at 1:45 with 1 hour notice.
Right.
Surely it couldn't be that important.
Right after we get sent home from school, too. Right?
After you won the championship.
Yeah, and this is May. Like, we just finished the end of April. Like, I just went home a week earlier.
Oh, my God. This is making me angry. Yeah. I had nothing to do with me. I'm angry. Okay, go on. So you jump on the call.
I jump on the call, and you can't turn on your camera. You can't unmute your mic. And you just see names across the screen of who's on there. And I'm, like, looking through the names, and I'm like, okay, it's women's hockey and men's hockey, like, weird. Like, why is men's hockey on here if it's about our rings?
Yeah.
But why is the rest of the sports not on here if it's about something different?
Oh, my God. So are you starting to get worried as you're looking through who's in it?
Well, I'm just kind of, like, confused. Like, I'm just, totally. I still didn't even cross my mind that that's what it could have been.
Yeah.
So then our president of the university starts talking.
So I was going to ask this, too. It's not athletics. It's the university that's having this meeting.
Yes.
Okay. The president.
Yes. Of the university.
Okay. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And all he says is, as, like, people are still jumping on the call, like, they were first of all, they were late letting people in. And I was, like, stressed. I'm like, why am I late getting in? And, like, as you're getting let in, I was one of the first people. So, like, I wasn't cut off, but people were, like, cut off half the message. And all he says is, we are sorry to inform you that we are discontinuing the men's and women's ice hockey programs.
That's it.
That's it.
No build up.
You can't ask questions. You can't turn on your video. Like, you can't even unmute your mic. Like, you can't ask anything.
Did they explain?
No. Nothing.
That was it.
That was it. That was all we got. And they ended the Zoom call. Like, it was like a 3-minute call from start to end.
Are you freaking kidding me?
And so we're shook. Like, we're like, oh my God, like, what happened? So I'm working at home. My mom's also working at home. It's like COVID still. Like, so I go over to my mom's room and I'm still like shook. I'm like, oh my God, like, what just happened? And so my mom's like, what happened? And I like can't even like give emotion. I'm just in such shock.
Stunned.
And I'm like, they cut us. My mom's like, what? And
yeah.
Like, I don't have a program anymore. Like, I didn't know what to say. Like, I was in such shock. So then, of course, I spent the rest of the day, like, talking to my teammates. Like, people were calling me, like, off the hook. And then, like, reporters reaching out. And, like, obviously people, like, wanting to hear what happened. Because as soon as they ended the Zoom call, the press release went out. The world knew. Within minutes of us knowing.
And you didn't know why. You didn't know if there were, how long discussions had been going on. So media is reaching out to you and you don't even know what to tell them.
Don't know. No idea. And like, we assume because of COVID, like, it's a financial situation at this point. Like, we have a good idea. Like, companies are like schools, companies.
It happened to lots of schools, actually.
Right. So like, they're kind of down bad, but at the same time, we got no explanation. So we had no idea. So then I put in my group chat with these girls that like were in my class, and I was like, yeah, like, no program anymore. And they like call me. So we have this FaceTime call, and then I was on my phone with my teammates, and like, imagine like working, like, not saying my situation was good as far as I was on the Zoom call, but imagine like working out on your job or like being on the ice. Like, some girls were out skating and coming off the ice and being like, I just trained for 2 hours and I don't have a team to play on.
Yeah. Oh, forget train for 2 hours. I go to school here. I'm studying for university. I'm getting money and not having to pay out of pocket because I'm on this team. I've been playing since I was like 5. And now my university team has folded. Like, that has to be one of the most devastating things, because it's not even like there's anything you could have done.
No.
You know what I mean? It's not like, you know, somebody like does something stupid or their grades aren't great, so they get cut. Or sent home or kicked out of the school or whatever. Because that at least you can reflect on and be like, part of this is on me. None of that is on you guys.
I know. And we just won. Like, no part of us thought this could be possible. And so.
Was that the first time Robert Morris had won the CHA?
I want to say it's their third time. The second time they went to the tournament, the NCAA tournament.
Got it.
So, like, it was a pretty big deal to us.
Really
like,
big deal.
Yeah. So, like, it's not like we go every year. It's not like a thing that it's like expected. Like, it was a big deal. And so, yeah, like, that day, I'll never forget that day. It literally lives rent free in my head.